everybody again. I've been talking about doing a video on my 1974 GT380, but I do other things, and you know, you just get busy with stuff and you forget about it. But I figured it was a nice day today. We had a thunder boomer just recently, and it is now sunny out and perfect. So I figured I would take a little ride on this later today. So I pulled it out of the garage. It's a very, very clean, all original motorcycle. It's almost getting to be a habit of me saying this, but I bought this from the original owner. It was a really nice old gentleman, 80 years old. He came into our shop one day with the bike. It had been sitting in his garage, basically, not a barn, with a cover on it, but had been sitting there for 29 years. And he decided he wanted to get it running. And so he brought it to the shop and asked me if they thought, you know, we do restorations, and I says, I can pretty much tell you they will say no, but it never hurts to ask. So he went in, and a few minutes later he came out. Of course, when he came out, I was looking over the bike, and it was pretty rough looking. It was just black with mouse urine and you know, rust and stuff like that, because, you know, it's a garage, so it's not you know, temperature controlled or anything like that. But you could tell that the motorcycle was all there. But we got to talking, and he was telling me about how he bought it, and you know, he had health issues, so we parked it, and that's where it sat. And so he says, you know, he says, I'm getting too old, I can't ride it anymore, so I want to get it running and get it sold. And then, you know, I told him, I wish I could remember his name, very nice gentleman. I said to him, I says, you know, I reached in my pocket, I says, for what it's worth, I have $300 in cash in my pocket. I says, if you're interested, I don't want to insult you. And he says, not insulted at all. He says, I'll be back in about an hour with the title and the bill of sale. And true to his word, he shows up with the paperwork, and you know, gives it to me. I give him the cash, and off he went. And you know, of course, I told him that once the bike was finished and running and stuff like that, I would send him a video and some pictures of the bike and stuff. And if he wanted to, I could ride by his house, and if he was up to it, he would be welcome to take it for a ride. I just think it's just a polite thing, proper thing to do. If somebody's owned a bike since it was new, they obviously have feelings for it. So yeah, I grabbed the bike, and I brought it in the shop and popped the carbs out of it. All of the rubber bits here were literally, they had melted down to nothing. There was just nothing left of them, and just from, you know, from the urine, actually. So I popped the carbs in the ultrasonic tank at the shop, and about an hour later I popped them back in, and got some two-stroke premix just to you know, make sure that I knew that my injectors were going to work or not. And probably 10 or 15 kicks, and the damn thing fired up and ran perfectly. I had to clean the points. They were just, you know, you get some emery cloth and stuff like that. But at that point, you know, I brought the bike home and I completely disassembled it, cleaned everything up, and I've been riding it ever since. I got it with 3,800 miles, and I have now, I think 2 years later, 7,580 miles on it. So I've used the bike, and it has not skipped a beat, and it is a eye catcher, that's for sure. I was able to source anything that I needed from England, where the two strokes are, especially the Suzuki GTs, have a cult following over there. So a lot of companies and manufacturers are making new old stock replacement bits, And so there's not much you can't get for these things, which I was very, very happy to find out. You know, you have to wait a week or two to get your parts, so that, you know, you can't be in any rush. But I didn't want to run the bike without the rubber seals and stuff like that, in case, you know, I didn't want the bike to ingest anything. But it took a lot of compounding and buffing to bring the paint back, and I can't believe even the decals didn't crack or any of that kind of stuff. But the paint came back beautifully. There was no clear coat damage or anything like that. Side covers, everything came back. The air box is still soft and supple. The intake bellows. The tires were, you know, completely dry rotted, original tires, and they were, you know, flat spotted, so I had to put tires on it. The points are still the original points, you know, from 1974. I just cleaned them up, and I reset them every once in a while. But it is a absolute ball to ride, and the sound of it is just spectacular. I'll do a little ride by, which is all I can do for you. I don't have, you know, build a pan or anything like that, but you'll see it go by and hear it, that kind of stuff. But of course, it's got the ram air system, which is kind of funny because it's basically just a scoop that you know, blows the air over the top of the cooling fins, and it, you know, it does nothing, but it was a selling, you know, point or something. And so it's very cool, the mindset of when they were making these things. But everything works. The directionals, everything's original. The original mirrors, they got some rust on the top from that's where the mice were sitting and pissing, apparently. But I didn't polish up the cases and any of that kind of stuff. I just cleaned them because the bike was so close to being original, and you know, I didn't want to take away from it. It is a survivor style restoration is what I did on it, but it is everywhere you go with the bike. People are gaga over because it's just a gorgeous color and everything else. But I'll grab the camera. I'll do my normal shake thing, you know, because that's what I do when I move my camera around. And I'll bring it around the bike so you can see it a little closer. And then I'll move my tripod, shake it some more, and do a little ride by. And you can hear it run, and it's just a kick to ride. Compare to the GT750, which is a water cooled. This motor, they always sound, even the Kawasaki's did, they always sound like they're going to blow up any moment because there's no sound deadening from the cylinder walls to the outside. It's just, you know, it's open air. Where the liquid cooled, you've got that liquid cooling shell around it, so it's a very quiet motor in comparison to this thing. But you know, if it was going to blow up, it would have done a long time ago. And to Suzuki's credit, sitting all those years, the bike is what, I don't know, 50 something. I can't do the math. The crank seals haven't failed. They've been fantastic. So I'm going to try to get my old ass up off the ground, and we'll grab the phone, shake it around a bit because that's what I do. And okay, so you can see how amazingly clean the bike is. I'll get some close-ups of the motor and stuff like that. Everything, the gas tank, just came out beautifully. The original pipes, no rust on them. I mean, they were rusty, but not now. You know, rear drum, and of course those spectacular triple pipes coming out the front with the air-cooled motor. Disc brake. It's got a nice looking front end on it. Yep. It really came out good. Like I say, I got some burnishing on the paint, but I wanted to kind of leave it as original as I possibly could. But yeah, so it's, we'll do a little, you can see there's a little crack here and a crack there, and he said some boxes on a shelf fell over, and of course what it do, it made two little cracks in the things. But you know, you can get replacement lenses for it, but that's part of the story of the bike, so I'm going to leave it alone. But of course that rear view of those four pipes is just, you know, of course my license plate. But okay, I'm going to shake the camera around a whole bunch on and putting it into the tripod. Hopefully I don't screw up my video putting it in here. I've done that many times. And so I'm going to, let's see here if I can get a somewhat good thing of it. The professionalism of my camera work is unbelievable. Now I have already fired it off. I hadn't started it. Oh, I'm going to readjust and bring that up a little bit because my head is cut off. Again, the professionalism is uncanny. All right, that's better. You can see my head. So yeah, I'll do a little ride by. You'll be able to hear it. I'll go back and forth a couple times and I'll stop and talk to you a little bit. But kickstart only. And, all right. Nothing sounds better than toothpaste. Because when you get home, all you do is smell like toothpaste. I'll pull up so you can hear the back of the pipes. All right, I'll do a little rock. Never gets old. But yeah, it runs so good, and of course that vortex of the smoke, it really doesn't smoke much until you get on the beans, and of course then you'll, you know, of course if you're riding down the road and you really give it the beans, you can see the vortex of smoke. But of course it comes back on you, so I'll hang my jacket in the house and all I can smell is two-stroke in the house, you know, because it's permeated into my jacket. But it's fantastic. I run Motorex two-stroke oil. It's a high-end oil, but it's, you know, it's well worth it. And of course, the oils that were in this motorcycle back in 1974, the technology has changed quite a bit. So you can run the crappiest oil if you wanted to, and it'd be way better than the old stuff. Yeah, it's. I wish I could tell you more about it. I did end up getting hold of the gentleman, and I sent him pictures and a video of it running and stuff like that. But he said that he's having some real health issues, so you know he wouldn't be able to come outside if I came over his house, and certainly wouldn't be able to ride it. So he was very thankful and a lot of gratitude of you know, coming by with the motorcycle. And but that's my neighbor pulling up behind us. So yeah, that's the story of my 1974 GT380. It's not much more I can tell you about it. It's just an absolute ball to ride. And you know, when you're going through town, that pop, 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 pop sound, boy, does it turn some heads. So I'm gonna put my little snappy kickstand down, and I will say thank you very much and take care.